Welcome to RMS Cloud 9 Plus. This video will show you the various features of RMS and how it works. I will be talking about the following features: the dashboard, charts, reservations, housekeeping, and reports. In the description below, you will find the start time along with the mentioned feature, so you can forward or playback according to your need. Starting off with the dashboard, it is a general overview of the essential features on RMS. It is a customizable board which can be set up using the Options drop-down menu. As you can see, the dashboard also displays the status of the rooms, whether it's dirty or clean, the client arrivals, the departures, in-house, and various other features. It can also be linked to your social networking sites, in which you can monitor the newsfeed of your hotel. The next feature we're going to have a look at are the charts. As you can see, there are many charts available for you to look at. We'll start off with the availability chart. The availability chart is basically the breakdown of all the available rooms. As you can see on this list, it shows the number of rooms booked, the rooms available, the occupancy rate, the tariff rate, and further individually per day it shows the number of rooms available, unavailable, and perhaps overbooked. You can go on to the options scroll down menu and choose options to adjust the view of your availability chart. Then we move on to the booking chart. The booking chart is a complete breakdown of all the reservations that have been made. As you can see, it mentions clearly the different types of room and the number of rooms for each type. And here, this circular figure shows if the room is currently cleaned or unclean, it will turn red, as you can see over here. Another great feature is once you pass over this icon, it also gives you further detail about the property, the room type, the status, and the description. You can also have a look at all the reservations made. The ones with square are fixed reservations and cannot be adjusted, whereas the arrowed reservations are movable. If you scroll over any reservation, you can see the reservation number, who the reservation is for, under which property, time period, room type, and much more. And once again, you can always go over to the more options, select according to your wish how you would like to see your booking chart. Let's move on to the next feature, which is the tariff OTA management, which is also known as the channel manager. This particular feature can be availed at a certain price and can be added on to RMS. So let's have a look at how it appears. As you can see, you have all the various different types of rooms, the particular tariff it's charged at, and if the room is available, the number of rooms, or if it's not available. Let's start off with the legend. The legend comprises of all the explanations of the color code. So it's as easy as it is to understand which color signifies what. Moving on to the control panel. This is where you will be setting your current or future restrictions. You can simply click on Add if you want to add one, and select from the options and follow the necessary steps. Save and then exit for it to be updated onto your system. If it does not appear over here, just click on Refresh and it should appear. And it'll be updated across the system or systems. The next thing you need to know is the tariff type. This is where you can manage your tariff types. You can add, edit, or delete accordingly. Creating a new tariff type is based on just the standalone rates, whereas creating a linked tariff type will be based on best available rate. And as you have here, again, the options drop-down menu in which you can customize your view according to your needs. Let's have a look at the screen again. As you can see over here, once you scroll over to a particular day and the tariff type, there is a drop-down appearing of a detailed version of the tariff restrictions for each particular room type. Well, that's all you need to know about OTA management. The next feature we will be moving on to is reservation. So as you can see, the whole drop-down menu shows you the various kinds you can look into. Let's start off with client search. So as you can see, it can be filtered out how you want to look for your client through a client number, an email they've given, a surname or given name. So let's just type up something and see how we can look into it. So I've typed out James at the search bar, and it brings up all the clients who have registered themselves under the given or surname of James. Then as you can see, they have been associated with a client number. Once you click on the client number, the whole database about the client is brought forward. So you could look into the various client details, for example, where they visited, their mobile number, credit card number, birthdays, and so on. The Correspondence tab speaks to you on how you've communicated with your client so far, whether it's via text to email, and you could click on the send out option and send across already registered template of a particular promotion or wishing them a happy birthday to your client. In the received in option, you can look at any responses you've got back. You can add notes based on the requirements of your clients or notes suggested to you during their stay or once they're departing. Contacts, give them all the details, who they brought in. History shows you the time frames they've come in as a guest. Audit trail shows you all the changes that have been made by perhaps the manager or one of the staff members at the concierge. Everything that has been changed regarding this client will be portrayed here. So that's pretty simple. You can add a client, add a reservation, everything can be done here as well. Let's move on to one of the mostly used feature, which is the in and out movements. So this basically shows you all you need to know about your customers arriving, departing, expected, and current residents. You can add a reservation over here, or you could do bulk registration cards. For example, if you see all this, just select bulk registration card. It prints out directly all the number of registration cards that you need for the given day. This is also an easy option where you can toggle the features according to your wish, so you can see all the necessary information that is essential to you first. Again, this option of sending an SMS or a letter is also available. From this screen, anything can be used, from adding a reservation to managing the arrivals, the departures, and so forth. This provides you an easy and simple way to use, as it's only a single stream operation. Moving on to the next important feature, which is make a reservation. So in Make Reservation, as you can see, this is where you will be entering all the necessary details regarding the client and the reservation. So over here, we would start off with the client details, where, as you can see, it is extensive. This is a customizable option in which you can select the necessary items you would like it to be placed. For example, you can put in the name, the company that they booked through, the booking source, if there's any discount applied, and even personal information about the client itself. Once this is all put in according to the information you were able to collect during your reservation, then you move on to your reservation details. This is where you will add on a particular reservation regarding the room type, the number of nights they're going to stay, when they're arriving, departing, and so on. Once all this information is updated, it automatically moves all the necessary information in terms of finance and the costing to the Accounts tab. In the Accounts tab, it will show to you the base tariff rate, and if there is a discount applied, it will automatically show the discount amount and the deduction amount. And if there is any other necessary amounts that you need to take into consideration, like travel agent commission, so on, it will all be mentioned here. Any necessary adjustments can be made on this sheet itself. It's just that easy. You save and exit. The next thing we'll be moving on to is Quick Quote. When a client makes an inquiry regarding available rooms or its price, we use Quick Quote. All we have to do is add the given and appropriate details over here, select the room type, and see the number of rooms available, how much they're charging, and provide the necessary information to the client. That is as easy as Quick Quote gets, and it saves up a lot of time. That sums it up about all the important things regarding the Reservations tab. Accounting tab is an extensive tab that looks into various important features. However, I will not discuss about this on this video. It will be spoken about separately, as there are many features and information that you need to know. Moving on to housekeeping. So this is a great feature given to you by RMS, where you can monitor the status of your rooms and see how you can get your housekeeping team to manage it. Let's move to the clean screen. So the clean screen basically shows you all the room types and the status of each room, alongside other information about the client staying, arrivals, departures, next arrival, and so on. What's great about it is you can filter through what you want to see. Right now we've selected all three options so we can have an overall look. For example, if one of your team at housekeeping has cleaned this room, all they have to do is select set to clean, and that will be done. It's as easy as that gets. Moving on to housekeeping roster. So this basically will have all the names of the housekeepers and the number of tasks they've done, allocated minutes, the number of arrival checks they need to do, departures, and however the cleaning methods are set. And this will also tell you what has been completed and what is remaining to do. So that's all about the housekeeping tab. On to reports. There are about 200 different types of reports which you can get from RMS. Let's look through the most important, which are business planning and yield and reservations. So this will look into the daily and management aspects of the reports. Let's start off with Favorites tab has all the selected essential reports that you want to display and have a quick access to. The Accounting and Forex tab will not be explained in this video and will be explained later along with the Accounting main tab. Daily reports. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the arrivals list. So this is the first report you could look at. As you can see, it's pretty simple. If you want to filter your search or your report further, you can choose any of these options. Let's just click on export to get an idea of how things will appear. As you can see, all the information is provided, the client name, the room that they have chosen, when they will be arriving, departing, and how much each room will be costing for their time of stay. So that's pretty simple and easy to understand, and it's all exported with a click of a button and easy to make. Let's look at another report. Well, as you can see, there are so many, so let's go through something that's as easy. We look at the reservations list. So unlike the other one, this is a little more extensive. So you can choose accordingly. We'll have it select all, booking source if you want, more options. And you can select accordingly. So this is giving you a more filtered and more detailed aspect that you want to look at when exporting your report. The great feature about this is how it simplifies everything, and everything is given to you within a few clicks or a touch of a button. As you can see, the reservation list, the person who's reserving it, the room, arrivals, departure, and if the reservation is confirmed or not. So that's a quick overview of what you could look at the daily. Let's move on to management. So management is then subdivided into four categories. Once again, financial will not be spoken about in this video. You can catch it in the next one. So let's start off with clients. So this is basically how you're going to gather your information about your client. So the more you put into the reservation details about the client, then the more you will have when you export any of these reports. So if you want to export this, you can see the number of clients whose birthdays are coming sooner, and you could send them a text or a promotional offer according to your choosing. Then let's move on to reservations. Reservation. This is pretty straightforward. Let's look at forward reservations. So we've chosen all. Let's just export this. And you'll have the breakdown. So each type of room is clearly identified. Then the number of reservations, the number of rooms of that specific type in the hotel, and the available rooms. So this is showing for each category, so you have an overview which can be printed out for your employees or for other purposes. Let's move on to statistics. This is mainly used by managerial heads, where they could look into this information quickly and have a glance to make quick decisions. Let's look at client spend. This report will export and show to you the top 10 tenants that have been staying at the hotels over the last 2 months. So once it's exported, you can see the name of the person, their details, the number of visits they've had to your hotel, and how much revenue they brought in. Another important report is company activity. So let's do this. You can choose when you want your reservation to be between, or specific timings. Let's say company, select all. And you have other options that you could look at. Let's click on export to have a look at the report. So the company activity summary shows to you different types of companies that have, or channels that have brought in reservations for your hotel. So for example, booking.com has brought in 22 rooms and has come across 49 nights. That is giving you a total revenue for that particular time of $4,264. So it's very simple. Everything can be filtered out according to your choosing. It's all done in a quick click of a button. Another important report is marketing. Let's keep it at this. If you want to choose further, that can also be done. Look into more options. Reservation all, group 1 reservation type, sub-reservation, and perhaps booking source. And let's export this report. So as you can see again, here the marketing report clearly distinguishes the different types of websites, the reservation, nights, the occupancy rate, and how much gross ADR it brings in, and the gross tariff, and the percentage accordingly. So as you can see, it's a very easy to use software. The rest will be described in another video in terms of how to set it up and use the helpful utilities. If you haven't already noticed, there is toggle features which you can look at. As you can see here, there's simple icons. If you press this toggle 9 icons, you can look at a more graphic identification for your toggle search bar. If you're not used to the whole graphics and you want to see a type of wordings, just click on the RMS logo. Everything will be changed into text for you. As you can see here, we already have the reservation search. Well, that's all you need to know about RMS Cloud 9 Plus. All the features are given to you, and there are features also that you could avail for an extra fee, as mentioned earlier. This will be provided to simplify and provide you with an efficient and more productive operations at your property. For more information, log on to our website, or if you have any further inquiries, please do not hesitate to contact any of our representatives at RMS.